Hi everybody, my name's Pen Clicking Jen. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Leigh Bardugo's, if that's how you pronounce her name. I feel bad whenever I botch a name of an author. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a review on her sequel to Six of Crows, which is Crooked Kingdom. It was a highly anticipated release for me personally, and I believe quite a number of people, because Six of Crows was just like... dead. If that made any sense, let me know. I'm wearing a crown on my head crookedly because the book is entitled Crooked Kingdom. I really love puns. Please forgive me. I have it on my Kindle, which I love. I love my Kindle. I love the book. Yes. So yeah, I had it on my Kindle. I'll just bring up the title page for you guys real quick. It's beautiful, it's lovely, it has a crow on it like the last one. So I'll give it an overall rating and then I'll kind of explain later on. Overall, I give this book out of 5 stars, 4.5 stars. I wanted to give it 5 stars like I did with Six of Crows. However, it just wasn't as good. It was still amazing, but it wasn't as, you know, as Six of Crows, but at least for me personally. As with Six of Crows, you get chapters written from the point of view of each of the main characters. I love every single one of them. Like, I was surprised that I actually managed to love all of them. If anything, you grow to love, I think, Matthias more, if that's how you pronounce his name. And you grow to love him a lot more in this book, I found. He grows a lot as a character. They all do, honestly. Leigh's writing was also amazing in this book as it was in the last one, and you really got to explore the home turf more, which I really enjoyed, because as much as it was really fun to get, like, pack up and go on this really long journey and this heist and then make it all the way back, this one, it's nice to explore the home turf a little bit more. So that was very cool because it was a different world than what I have read in fantasy novels. It was interesting because they really wanted to make a point of it being an island and isolated from the rest of this world that Leigh has created. I loved Ketterdam and everything about it. Well, I mean, you know, you can't really love murdering all the time, but yeah. I really don't know if I'm making sense, but maybe this crown is cutting off my circulation. I don't know, but I told myself I would wear it throughout the whole video, so I must persevere. I must. Getting off topic. Okay, back to it. Where it lost points for me, if anything, was the plot. It felt there was a lot going on, and I love the way Leigh is able to intertwine all these little minuscule things and then pull it out at the very end and be like, well, you see, this is what Kaz was thinking all along, and I didn't want to tell you till this last minute. She's brilliant at doing that, and I really tried to look for those clues in this one, and I think I was able to pick it up a little bit better. It was either that or I just found the plot a little bit more predictable this time around. There was points when I was finding myself thinking, oh, I'm pretty sure, you know, this would make sense if this would happen, kind of an obvious thing. That's what I would do as a writer. And maybe that's what it is me as a writer and an experienced reader knowing that these things are going to tend to happen. It lost a point of a star, half a star on the plot just because of its slight predictability. Most of it was very unpredictable, and I was so happy with it because it still made my brain go, what? Spoiler alert, by the way, just ahead right now. When it was revealed what Ketterdam is actually most afraid of, my mind was blown because it was so obvious, especially with Kaz's character. I just went, duh. How did I not see that coming? That was so obvious, and maybe some other people saw it coming just because of the clues that were in Kaz's past and his backstory that Lee dropped every now and then, like beautiful little breadcrumbs. Beautiful little breadcrumbs. That's a new one for me. I'm gonna go back to the characters really quickly. The relationships between the characters, how they grew in this book was mwah. Loved it. Loved it. Oh. I swear, Jasper and Wylan, my goodness, they are so cute. And then there is Nina and Matthias, like, don't get me started. And then Kaz and Inej. Oh my gosh, it just, as much as for me as you, like, for me it was, there's obviously chemistry between those two characters. If you've already read the first book, that's not a spoiler, that's just obvious. That's reading, not even between the lines, it was pretty blatant. And then having this chemistry grow, but it was still a very tense thing because you know a little bit more about their pasts. It was beautifully orchestrated, and my heart went out to the characters, especially with what happens at the very end of the book. If you have not read it, read it, because my heart, and what makes me sad, what makes my heart really sad, is that Lee has said that this is originally supposed to be just a duology. And I'm like, no, I want to find out what happens after this. Why don't you tell me? I get so passionate over these books, I swear. I would have thrown my book across the room a few times, but it's expensive. Darn you, Kindle. That's one downside to having an e-reader, is you can't throw it across the room when you get mad at characters. Because it's an investment. You can't just toss it willy-nilly like that. I hope that my reasoning behind giving this a 4.5 instead of 5 stars is obvious, and it's my own opinion, so yes, but I just want to clarify why. I love this to death. If I met Lee, I would just hug her and be like, how did you come up with these characters? I love them so much. And I haven't read the Grisha trilogy yet, so that's on my to be read list. I bought the first books. Lee to me is kind of this new Tamora Pierce so far. There's a few authors like this that are able to create this world and then write series within this world, but you can read them separately and not have to worry about getting lost. I love that that's a thing, and it's wonderful. And this author made me fall in love with reading books about prison heists or heists and stuff. I've never read a book like that. I've never been interested in that, and this author made me fall in love with it and made me want to read more books like this. I haven't done that yet, but she has made me want to do that, and I think that is an amazing achievement for an author to do. So thank you, and I applaud you for that, because I like to read different genres and stuff, but I can be a little bit more set in my ways of, I always come back to the YA fantasy, so the fact that you kind of put a new spin on the YA fantasy made me so happy. Thank you so much. That's all I have for this review. Let me know what you guys thought of the book, and let me know what you think of my review. If you think I'm a little bit off, like, oh well, I totally predicted all the plot things, so I gave it like 2 stars, or if you're like, I didn't see anything coming, what are you talking about, you crazy person? So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. And the future book reviews, I'm gonna try to keep with this sort of idea of including something major in the book and presenting it in my video. I just so happen to have this lying around, and I thought it would be funny. I hope you guys are having a good holiday season, whether you celebrate anything or whether you do not celebrate anything. I hope that you just are having a wonderful time in this year, especially since the weather is getting colder where at least I live. In other places, I don't think it always does, and I'm kind of envying you because I am cold and my skin is dry. If you want to watch more reviews like this, you can subscribe to my channel, you can like this video, you can leave comments, you can follow me on my other social media accounts like Twitter and Instagram. I am under there as Pen Clicking Jen as well. Just look me up. I like to make new friends, and if you have pictures on Instagram of cats and books and stuff, like, give me a holler, because that's my jam. So yeah, keep reading, keep writing. And I love y'all. Bye.